20x. So this one has been put for you as a trap. So what you need to do is to restructure. You restructure this particular expression. You have 4x squared. So the next one should be plus 20x. Take note of that. It's a trap. Plus 25. Then you now put that one at the back. Minus 9y squared. Take note. Then let's solve this one quadratically. So we have, this one is 100. It's 100. Then factors of 100 that will give us, addition of 5 will give us this. So we have 10, 10, 10. 10 plus 10 will give us. So let's say 4x squared plus 10x plus another 10x plus 25 minus 9y squared. That's what we have. So in this situation, I'm going to have something like this. I want to dissect this. So this one, what is common here? 2x is common. Then I have 2x plus 5. Then 2x is also common here. No, what is common here? 5. 5 plus 5 is common here. Then you have 2x plus 5. Then minus 9y squared. So let's simplify this. I will have 2x plus 5. Then I have 2x plus 5 minus 9y squared. So what do I do next? This time, this is just like saying 2x plus 5 all squared. You can see the trick. Minus this one can be written as, remember that 9 is what? 3 squared. So if I want to write this one, I can write 9y squared as 3y all squared. Remember, so I put it here. 3y all squared. Because you're wondering that what they want to test here is also difference of 2 squares, and you have seen it here. So the difference of 2 squares, that's what they want to test here, which I've been able to break it down to this point. Then I have difference of 2 squares, where you have a squared minus b squared, which will now mean what? A minus b, a plus b. So in this situation, that means our a is 2x plus 5, while our b is 3y. That's what it means. So in that situation, I will have a, what's my a? 2x plus 5 minus b, what's my b? 3y. So I'll divide the first one. Then a, what's my a? 2x plus 5 plus b, what's my b? Plus 3y. So my answer will be 2x plus 5 minus 3y into 2x plus 5 plus 3y. So it is very important that you rearrange so that you don't get it confused. So by rearranging, that's why you see that it is one thing to solve a question, it's another thing to pick the right answer. So I've been able to restructure it, so I think it's now clearer. So which one do you think would be the answer in this regard? I think it's B. 2x minus 3y plus 5. 2x plus 3y plus 5. So automatically B option is the option. Now, question 18. You have divide by this. So this is also a polynomial. It's just that they try to use a kind of variables that can be confusing. So in this situation, we have to divide. So we'll resolve into long division method. So the real polynomial will be inside while the divisor will be outside. So we have, where is the divisor? A raised to power 2x minus 24 raised to power 24a raised to power x plus 108. That is our divisor. Then our polynomial will be inside. That's a raised to x raised to power 3x minus 26a raised to power 2x plus 156 raised to power x minus 216. That's what we're going to have. Now, I will use this to divide this. So if I use this one to divide this one, what am I going to have? I'm going to have ax, because a raised to power 3x divided by a raised to power 2x. It's the same thing as saying a raised to power 3x minus 2x. So what's this? I love indices. So I have a raised to power x. So I have a raised to power x. So a raised to power x times this, that will be a raised to power 3x times this minus, this one will be 24 a raised to power 2x. And then you multiply this. Then this times this plus 108 a raised to power x. So I will subtract. So this minus this, it goes 0. This minus this, we have to be very careful. Minus 26 a raised to power 2x minus 24 a raised to power 2x. So this one becomes plus. So that will be minus 2 a raised to power 2x. Take note of that. Then this minus this, that will be 156 minus 108. That will definitely give us 8. And this one will remain 4. So that's 48. So we have plus 48 a raised to power x minus 216. Then this divided by this. This divided by this, that will be minus 2. Minus 2. Minus 2 times this, that will be minus 2a raised to power 2x. Minus 2 times this, that will be plus 48 a raised to power x. This times this, minus 216. Minus 216, because 2 times this will definitely be 216. Then subtract this minus this, then you have 0. This minus this, 0. This minus this, 0. So automatically we have a raised to power x minus 2 as our quotient. So automatically the answer will be, when you divide this by this, you are going to get a raised to power x minus 2. So let's go to our option and see the one that correlates with that. It will definitely be option B, which is our answer. Then the next question says, find the values of x where the curve, this, crosses the x axis. So what it means is that we are meant to simplify this particular polynomial. So just look at your option directly and see. You will see that the smallest number you can have is what? Minus 1. Then you have minus 1 plus 1. So let's try y equals to x raised to power 3 plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6. So in this situation now, when x equals to, so let's call this 1, y to be what? Function of x. So when our x is now 1, what happens to this? Function of 1 becomes, which is your y, becomes what? 1 cubed plus 2 into 1 squared minus 5 into 1 minus 6. So this one will need to work. This is 3. It will not work. So 1 can never be. What about, let's try minus 1. F into minus 1. We have, this one becomes minus 1 cubed plus 2 into minus 1 squared minus 5 into minus 1 minus 6. So this one will definitely be minus 1. This one will be plus 2. This one will be plus 6. This one will be plus 5. Sorry, this one will be plus 5. And this one will be minus 6. Yes, it will work because minus 1 minus 6, that's minus 7. Plus 2 plus 5 plus 7, that's 0. So automatically we will be able to suspect what the critical value will be. So automatically what it means is that our x equals to what? Our x equals to which one correlates with this? Then now that's our x equals to minus 1. That's the one that correlates. Then that means x equals to minus 1 is a solution to this. That means it will cut. So that means the what's it called? The root of the equation. One of the roots of the equation will definitely be minus 1. That means when the curve will cut at x equals to minus 1. That's the first solution. Then since we have known that our x equals to minus 1, then x, by the time you transfer this one to this side, you have plus 1. So this one is definitely going to be what? A factor. So in that situation, let's use this to divide this polynomial. When a polynomial of degree 1 is used to divide a polynomial of degree 3, automatically you're going to get a polynomial of degree 2. By the time you get a polynomial of degree 2, you can now solve it by factorization method, so that by factorization method, then you break into the other two. What am I saying? From here now, let's come here and say x plus 1, then we divide this complex polynomial, this x raised to the power 3 plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6. It should not be new at this point because we have some series of questions that are similar to this. This divided by this x squared. This times this x cubed. This times this plus x squared. Let's subtract this 0, and this one becomes x squared. This divided, let's bring this one down, minus 5x. This divided by this x plus x plus x. This times this plus x squared. This times this plus x. Then you have subtract. This one comes to 0. This one becomes minus 6x. Let's bring this one down, minus 6. This divided by this, x divided by this, minus 6. This time this, minus 6x. This time this, minus 6. So let's subtract again. This one becomes 0, this one also becomes 0. So that means we are going to have x squared plus x minus 6 as our quotient. So let's now solve this one by factorization, just like what I said earlier. It will be x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6. And let's dissect this. And we'll have what's common. X is common here, x plus 3. What's common here? Minus 2 into x plus 3. Then we'll have x plus 3, x minus 2. So what am I saying? Remember we have got one before, that's x plus 1. Then we'll have x plus 3. Then we'll have what? X minus 2. So let's equate each one to 0 so that you know. I can also demonstrate it on the graph how it will cut. When you equate x plus 1 to 0, we have our x to be minus 1. When we equate x plus 3 to 0, we have our x to be equals to minus 3. Then when we equate x minus 2 equals to 0, we have our x to be equals to 2. That means you have your curve. Let's say this is the way you have it, where this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. The curve will cut at minus 1, so it will curve at minus 1. It will cut at minus 1, minus 3, and 2. Remember, what is the value of a? Is a positive or a negative? Right? Let's look at what we have. A is definitely